This is a review of the Poweradd AS025 12,000 mAh high-capacity external battery pack. Inside of the box, you'll find the charging cable, which is 7 inches long but can be extended to 18 inches. You'll find 4 charging tips. This is a micro USB, a mini USB, a very small round pin connector, and an Apple 30 pin connector. The battery pack itself, which is a powerful 12,000 mAh battery pack, and a brief instruction manual. Just a comment before I start about the battery details. This is one of the best battery packs I have tested. In my testing, I was able to get 9,345 mAh of capacity out of this battery, which represents 77.88%. That is exceptional, and I wanted to make a note of that before you listen to the rest of the review. If you don't see your charging cable here for your device, always remember that this is a standard USB output, so you can take your charging cables with you. On the front of the device, you'll see 4 LEDs and a power button. When you press the power button, the LEDs do light up, and they will show you that the battery is fully charged because all 4 are lit. The LEDs indicate the charge status of the battery. If one is lit, it's 10 to 25, 25 to 50, 50 to 75, and 75 to 100%. When you're charging your devices out of the ports, always push this button to start the charging process and make sure that your smart device is charging. As a comment, the Amazon page says that this device contains a flashlight built in. There is no flashlight. This battery pack weighs 8 7/8 ounces. On the end here, there are 2 USB ports. One is output at 5 volts and 1 amps. That's ideal for charging your smartphones, for example. The other is 5 volts at 2.1 amps, and that's ideal for charging tablets. And yes, you can charge 2 devices at the same time. Here you can see I have the charging cable that you can use to charge your devices with or to charge the battery pack. I'm going to plug in the micro USB connector into it, and then you would plug this into the battery pack, and then plug this into an AC wall source or your computer's USB port. I strongly recommend that you use an AC wall charging source, because this is a powerful battery pack, and using a weak USB 2.0 port will take hours. You just wouldn't believe how much to charge this. I typically charge these battery packs with 2.1 ampere AC USB wall chargers. The instruction book says you should charge this with a 5 volt DC 1.5 amp power source for USB, but the 2.1 amps works perfectly. This battery pack contains a lithium-ion battery source that is rechargeable up to 500 plus times. It also contains multiple protection systems to ensure safety when you're using it. It has protection for overcharge, overvoltage, overcurrent, and short circuit. This is a little larger than most people may want to carry in a purse, for example. This is an extremely powerful battery pack. I had excellent results in my testing, and I strongly recommend it. I was able to get quite a bit of charge out of it, and frankly, it would fully charge an iPad 2 that was completely depleted. In my video, I'm going to include some data on my test results. It's also in my written review, so make sure that you look at both of them. In my testing, I was able to charge an iPad 2 from 8% to 100% in 5 hours and 30 minutes. This represented an output of 6,388.48 milliampere hours from the battery. I then took the same battery and charged an iPhone 4 from 22% to 100% in 2 hours, which represented 1,107.6 milliamp hours consumed. I then plugged in an iPad 3 and charged it from 61% to 77%, which was another 1,849.6 milliampere hours. That was quite a challenge. This means that in charging those 3 devices, I was able to get 9,345.68 milliampere hours out of the battery pack, which was a 77.88% result. That's an outstanding result. I've put this table in my written review also. It would be interesting for you to look at it, as it lists the charging requirements of many common devices. Based on these results, you could charge an iPhone 4 or 5 approximately 6.58 times, an iPad 2 135%, an iPad 3 or 4 about 81%, an iPad mini 208%, and the Kindle Fire 212%. This is an exceptional value for a battery. It is priced well and has very good performance. This is an ideal battery pack for those who are students in school to use in classrooms to keep their phone charged or their tablets, or for people working or traveling. It's ideal when you're commuting to keep your device working while you're traveling or even on vacation. I rate this product at 5 stars. This review is done by JJ CEO, and I'd like to tell you I received a sample for test and evaluation, and I promise to give a fair and honest review.